In June of 2022, when Auro Technologies filed for bankruptcy, many thought all was lost and that Auro's limited share in the immersive audio space would disappear into thin air, much like DTS's promise to bring IMAX enhanced audio to Disney+. Only a month later, however, the Saffelberg Investment Group acquired all of Auro 3D Technologies' assets, who vowed to continue supporting the growth of the Auro 3D format. And like a phoenix rising from the ashes came a new and improved Auro 3D, now called New Auro BV. BV being the Dutch and Belgian equivalent to an LLC here in the States, which stands for Besloten Vennootschap. Take that knowledge to your next trivia night. And from out of the proverbial shadows, New Auro made its debut at CES 2024 in Las Vegas with 3 new initiatives: Auro 3D Audio, Auro-CX, and Auro-Scene. Auro 3D Audio is now available with a firmware update on these flagship AVRs, the Onkyo TX RZ70, Pioneer VSX LX805, and Integra DRX 8.4. This allows support for native Auro 3D formats such as 9.1 and 11.1, although native Auro 3D mixes on 4K Blu-rays, for example, are currently only available in Europe. For now? But beyond that, those 3 AVRs now support the Aromatic Upmixer, taking mono, stereo, 5.1 surround, 7.1 surround, and even Dolby Atmos and DTS:X signals, and creating a new immersive audio experience. In other words, if you currently have an AVR that supports the Aromatic Upmixer, you might actually get a fully immersive soundtrack when watching Rebel Moon on Netflix, unlike the native Atmos mix that barely had any height effects whatsoever. It's worth a shot to try, I'd say. And then there's Auro-CX, which New Auro claim is the only scalable next-generation audio codec. This is mostly meant for streaming platforms, but can also be used with live broadcast television, so you can hear all the swear words in crystal clear detail when watching the World Cup or the Olympics. I'm on board with anything that makes it seem like I'm actually there. Auro-CX has scalable sample rates that allow a single solitary bit stream to carry 48, 96, and 192 kHz signals, allowing the decoder to extract only what it needs for the end user if they are an audiophile who needs 192 kHz, or for a more casual listener who just needs 48 kHz. This will prove to be very attractive to streaming services since they can charge more to premium customers while only needing to pay the Auro-CX licensing fee once on their end. Capitalism at its finest. New Auro also claims that Auro-CX is superior to other streaming audio formats, embedding objects in a 13.1 immersive audio signal rather than just panning metadata on a 7.1 bed track layer. Shots fired, Dolby. And finally, New Auro announced Auro-Scene for smart speakers in collaboration with EastTech, which is designed to create an immersive audio sound filled with extensive bass response from any signal on a single device. This includes soundbar configurations ranging from 2.0 to 5.1.2. Even stereo music can be upmixed into a spatial audio experience. In addition, with the integration of the Auro 3D engine in a smart device, it can also decode Auro-CX. Could this mean direct competition with a HomePod home theater system? Bring it on, Apple. And now here are some questions I have regarding this news. Since Auro 3D in general is more familiar and popular in Europe, is this New Auro's way of expanding into more global markets, such as Japan, China, Australia, or the United States? Could we see native Auro 3D 4K Blu-rays elsewhere besides Europe? Is Auro-CX only going to be available on streaming platforms in European markets? And does the same apply to broadcast television? One can only assume that their presence at CES meant for a more global outreach instead of implementations mainly in Europe. But let's be honest, I'm not holding my breath since we've seen this before with DTS in their announcement last year at CES regarding IMAX enhanced audio on Disney+. And with Dolby Atmos still being the reigning champion when it comes to immersive audio, it's going to take a lot of convincing and lots of money to make manufacturers, streaming platforms, and live broadcast companies to implement this new technology. But don't get me wrong, I love the idea of it, and I love the competition it will bring to the table, so I'm all for it. I just hope it's not another promise that ultimately gets squashed by the big D. And that's the news. Thank you for watching, folks, and now it's your turn. Are you already a fan of Auro 3D like my good buddy Joe and Tel? Do you currently have an AVR that supports Auro 3D? Are you one of the lucky ones who owns an RZ70, LX805, or DRX 8.4? And if so, have you installed the latest firmware update? Do it now, my friends. As always, the world is crazy enough as it is, so please be kind to each other out there. Don't just watch TV and movies, experience them. And of course, always be listening.